Episode 10. Man, the combination of everything coming together was absolutely epic. By far, the most basketball was played in this episode. It's kind of confusing because in episode 1, they started off the very first part of the show with him looking the way he does now. Bald head, no facial hair, little chunkier, and that's when he got the HIV virus in the early 90s. They showed him at the hospital, getting into the car, and a guy with him was breaking down crying. I'm like, man, I can't wait to hear this part of the story. It never went full circle. This is the last episode to my knowledge, and it ends with them, winning the championship. But the journey was great. Here they are in the NBA Finals. They got a home court advantage against the 76ers. And the Sixers was a veteran team. They had Daryl Dawkins, Dr. J. This team was stacked. Maurice Cheeks as point guard. You got the Lakers. You got Kareem. You got Cooper, who's a sophomore, seasoned guy in the starting lineup, and you got Magic, who's a rookie. Well, they're playing. Game 1 at the Forum, Lakers are blowing them out, but Sixers make a somewhat of a run, but Lakers, hands down, class act, the fast break was killing them. Game 2 in the Forum, Sixers was all over the Lakers. They was killing them, up by damn near like 20 at one point. Lakers came all the way back, damn near won the game at the very last second, but the Sixers hit a spot to go up by 3, and that was it. Going back to Philly, tied 1-1 at the Spectrum in Philly. Lakers came out, knocked them out the box, took game 3 in hostile environment. It was very surprising. Kareem, by far, is the MVP in all these games. He's averaging 30 points plus 10 rebounds. He's killing the Sixers. They got 2 7-footers. Didn't matter. Game 4, nip and tuck, and the Sixers barely pull it out, so it's tied 2-2 going back to the Forum. Man, normally when a series is tied, whoever wins game 5 usually goes on to win the championship. So this was a crucial game for this young Laker team going against the veterans. And here we are. Go back to the Forum. It's nip and tuck. The Lakers are playing well. Kareem is having the game of his life. And early on in the game, he comes down on his ankle and you can hear it crack. He's in obvious pain. They have to take him back to the locker room. And back then, they didn't have doctors and all that medical stuff and x-rays in the stadium. He had to go across the street to the hospital. And Kareem's like, no, I'm not doing that, man. This game means too much. And his wife comes in, she kicks everybody out. Honey, what do you want to do? He goes, I want to win this. It's personal now. I really want to win this. And he's like, okay, I got to get better. So they taped it up, iced it down. He came back and played on a bum ankle and won the game single-handedly. But at a cost, because his ankle was damn near broke. There was no way he was going to play for the rest of the series. No one knew that. They thought he might be out for game 6 and come back for game 7 if need be. Well, during this time, Jack McKenna is eating a humble pie. He comes by the house of Paul Westhead to give him a little pamphlet. There's some paperwork and stuff in there. And, Paul's on his way to get in the car and to head to the bus station or the plane, airport, to fly to Philly. Jack, what are you doing here, man? I'm sorry what happened to you. It's not fair. Next year I won't be here. Maybe we can work together. He says, look, man, you are the coach. I might have started this, but you need to finish it. Here's some stuff in case something happened. And it looked like you might need this to help you guys to get over the hump now that Kareem is out for game 6. He's like, oh, okay, thanks, man. He didn't even look at it. Hopped in the car and bounced. And Jack looked at him and kind of was like, Oh man, I wish I was going too, But no, Pat Riley's going. And Magic gets to the airport in his private ride. The driver pulls over, and Kareem's wife comes to the window and says, "Hey, Magic, I need to talk to you." She goes, "Oh, okay, what's up?" She goes, "Look, tell your driver to go around back. I don't want to cause no ruckus." Well, Magic Johnson takes the car and goes around back, pulls up next to Kareem. He gets out the car and talks to Kareem. And his wife is like, "Okay, the medias don't know you guys are here. You guys have it out. And I make sure nobody comes over here. I keep the paparazzis away." Rolls up the window. And Kareem tells him, "Yo, young blood," calls him Buck. "Hey, Buck, I ain't gonna make it." He goes, "Kareem, I know, you're hurt. But, you be cool." He said, "Man, Buck, I'm out for the rest of the year. You're the only one who knows." And Magic's like, "Damn, what am I gonna do, Cap?" He goes, "Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Earlier this year, I was playing to be playing. I already won the championship with Milwaukee. I'm going through the motions. I'm playing for a paycheck. And this young kid comes in to the Forum, man, with the whitest teeth I've ever seen and the biggest smile. And you changed me, man. Now I want to play. Now I want to win. I want this. You're an extension of me. I'm not going to be there, but I'll be there in spirit." And Kareem hands him his jersey. Says, "Man, take this with you, blood. Bring the championship home. I have faith in you." Put all this pressure on Magic. But Magic's like, okay. He gets on the plane with all his teammates with his radio, jamming, They're like, "Man, turn that. What you doing? Why are you so happy, man? We ain't got the cap." And no one would sit in captain's chair. No one would. And he goes, "Look, man, we got this." He looks over at the coach. "Coach, look, in high school and college, I played every position. Let me play center." "Dude, you're 6'8". They got 2 7-footers. "Yes, but I'm faster. They can't keep up with me. And I got enough girth down low, I could bounce around with them and wear them out." Coach is like, teammates are like, "Dude, are you stupid?" Coach is like, and Magic gets in his face, "Coach, I got this. Let me do it." Pat Riley looks at Paul. Paul looks at Pat Riley and goes, "All right, dude, you're playing center." Unheard of. So Paul Westhead opens up the notes that he got from Jack McKenna, and Pat Riley like, "Dude, what is that? Why he had that?" He goes, "Man, he gave it to me to help us out." He goes, "Oh, whatever." He opens it up in case of, change up in the lineup. In case Cap is out, who should play center? This is months ago Jack wrote this up. Magic Johnson. It's like surreal. And Pat and Paul looked at each other and said, "Wow, this is supposed to happen." Game 6 at the damn Spectrum. Hostile crowd. The commissioner's not even there. They're thinking they ain't gonna win without Kareem. And like, where's the trophy at in case the Lakers do win? They was not prepared if the Lakers were going to win. They just assumed they was going to lose. And all this time, you had this backdrop of a story like the Lakers need a new treasury because the mother of Jerry Buss was the treasurer. When she passed away, there's some bills that need to be signed. They don't have a treasurer. You would think his daughter would do it because she's taking care of everything, all the grandmother's belongings, cleaning up her apartment. She's doing everything. She's missing games to take care of her grandmother's material items. And Jerry looks at her like, "You know what? The family needs to be involved here. This is a family business." And she's smiling like, "Oh my God, my dad's gonna ask me to be the treasurer of the Lakers." He says, "To see you with your brothers at the funeral was moving. It was nice to see family together. And I'm gonna send you to go talk to your brothers to bring them back here. I want you to give them a tour of the Forum because I want to make them part of the business." She's like smiling but on the inside, she's crushed. This is 1980, man. Women didn't have high-powered jobs, They were fancy secretaries. Going back to the game, Magic starts at center. He gets out-jumped, but he steals the ball right away, throws a ball up court, boom, they score. Lakers jump out to an 8-point lead. The fast break is killing the veteran but slower squad, the Sixers. The game is nip and tuck, nip and tuck. At halftime, it's tied 60-60. And the people are realizing the Lakers might have a chance. So they say, you need to get the commissioner on the phone, fly his ass here, get the trophy, because I think the Lakers might have an upset, even though they wasn't an upset because they were the top seed, In the meanwhile, Larry Bird won Rookie of the Year. And Magic wanted to know by how many votes, because Larry Bird was in his head, man. Whenever he look at TV, he would see Larry Bird. Whenever he look at his couch, he'd see Larry Bird talking shit to him. He was in his head. He goes, man, if he won Rookie of the Year, I want to know about how many votes. They gave the number to Pat Riley. And Pat Riley said, what the fuck is this? He said, hey, man, Magic wanted to know how much he lost by in voting. And Pat Riley looked at him and crumbled it up. All right, I'll tell him personally. He didn't tell him. Get to the fourth quarter, it's a crucial game. Lakers are only up by 1. And they need to do something because it's starting to slip away. You got 2 minutes and 27 seconds. And like, dude, the Sixers got a little bounce in their step, and the Lakers are dehydrated. They're tired. Muscles are cramping. They can barely walk. Feet are like bricks, concrete in their socks. They huddle up to the sideline. After hearing an emotional speech at halftime from the Paul Westhead, they pull them all together and say, look, guys, win this game. I know you're tired. That's why Jack McKenna had us running McKinney miles during preseason for this moment right here. We got this. Let's do this. And Magic is like trying to hold his head up. He's fighting for air. The horn goes off, trying to go back into the game. And Magic's still sitting on the bench, laboring, trying to get up. And Pat Riley walks over to him and says, hey, man, 63-3. And Magic said, what? That's how many votes you lost by for Rookie of the Year, 63-3. And Magic just looks, and rage just came over his face. He's like, in the meanwhile, Larry Bird's watching the game at home in Indiana. His girlfriend's watching the game in Detroit. Magic's whole family's watching the game. They couldn't believe this is happening. My baby is in the NBA Finals, playing every position, center, forward, guard, you name it. He's doing everything to win this game. Ball's inbounding. He passes the ball to Coop. Coop gets fouled hella hard. It's almost a dirty foul. He's on the ground. He's laid out. He's knocked out. And if he's unconscious, if he can't shoot the first free throw, the Sixers can pick anybody to shoot the free throw, even the worst free thrower on a team, right? They get some smelling sauce, and Cooper like, huh, where you at? Mama, at home? Oh, Philly. And Magic says, yeah, man, Philly's your home tonight. Now go in the living room and make some free throws. He sinks both of them. Lakers are up by 3. They clamp down on the defense, and they blow the Sixers out in the next 2 minutes to win the championship. They get the trophy. It says Jack McKenna's name on there and Paul Westhead. They didn't carve in Pat Riley's name, but Pat says, don't worry, man. I'll get mine soon enough. And Paul said, yeah, man, you'll be back next year. Don't worry about it. You'll get yours. And truth be told, that's what happened in the future. Lakers went on to win 4 more championships under Pat Riley. And the Sixers, they came back in the future and met again in the final against the Lakers and whooped that ass, swept them. So that Sixers team was really good. They was bittersweet. They wanted to win. And great story, man. Magic got MVP of the finals, even though it should have went to Cap. He wasn't there to receive it in person. And the NBA is all about politics. Yo, Cap's not here. Magic, you should accept it. This is a great story for the NBA. What they were doing was building a rivalry. Magic, Bird. Kareem had no rivalry. It was a young man's game. So they trumped up this story, and Magic became MVP of the finals. Yeah, but Kareem, he met the team at the airport. He greeted everybody, kind of looked at Magic sideways, and there was a subplot where one of the teammates was still bitter about getting kicked off the team because he was doing drugs, right? He actually tried to put out a hit on the coach, changed his mind. Kareem went to go visit him, said, dude, you're part of this championship, man. Get yourself together. He kept saying, man, I ain't shit, man. I ain't shit. He said, man, you are. You are a black man. Hold your head up. It was really emotional, man. Then the next day they had the parade. The team's outside enjoying it, and Jerry Buss is inside his office. And the lady walks in, the secretary lady, you know, who does all the PR stuff. She goes, yeah, you need to go out there. No, this is for them. I'm not, you know, they deserve this. He says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. I need a new treasurer. The paperwork is done. This is the old paperwork. This is the new paperwork. She looked at the new paperwork, and her name's on it. Because she's the one that brought the paperwork to him in the first place and says, look, I need to get a new treasurer. We got problems. She goes, and this is big, a female being in power. She goes, first thing we need to talk about before I sign this is a bigger raise. He goes, absolutely. It was cool, man. Very emotional. The basketball stuff was great. The way it was shot. It was like watching time again in the past brought to life. I mean, it looked like they got clips from the actual game. All of this was redone. The way the guy walked looked like Magic. Everybody's body structure emulated the players from back in the day. It was well done. This was a great, great series, man. I enjoyed it immensely. I'm going to miss this, man. Every Sunday has something to look forward to. It's bittersweet, but man, the 1979-80 Lakers was the beginning of Showtime. They changed basketball forever. Jack McKenna, Paul Westhead, Jerry Buss, Pat Riley. Everybody has something to do with this special year. Jerry Buss' mother passing away, buying the team, the daughter helping out. Wow, Magic being a rookie. All of a sudden you got black against white. Larry Bird versus Magic. I mean, it was an epic storyline for a year. Jerry West sticking around after quitting on the team, ended up being general manager. You know, he knew how to spot talent. It was wonderful. And C.K. Riley, this guy can act his ass off. I'm so used to him doing comedy. He embodied Jerry Buss's spirit and gave a performance of a lifetime. This was great, man. This was great. Great show. HBO Max. Damn. Y'all know how to put together some series. You guys been doing it for years, you know. Sex and the City, The Sopranos, all the HBO comedy specials. You guys are the best, hands down. Can't nobody touch you. Not Disney, not Paramount, not Apple. Y'all rock, brother. Y'all rock. And this right here was A+ material. Peace, y'all. This is a sad day because it's all over, but hey, like Magic Johnson would do, smile. All right? Yeah. Fade to black.